Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Today, briefly, just briefly, I want to talk about love. Is it love or lust? Um, of course, it wasn't planned. I have a few scriptures in mind. So I'll just, I was sitting on my bed. Somebody just sent me a seed, and I just thank you for your seed sown. God bless you, sweetheart. And I put out the flyer for Wife Me already, because I don't do a lot of promoting. So I put out the flyer, not Wife Me already. I'm sorry, Kiss of Deception, because I really want it to be successful. So, like I said, I still don't do a lot of promoting or whatever, but if you can come, men and women, and I did put women's conference on there, but it's open to men and women. Come. It's only a few hours. It'll be worth your time. And you already know. So this topic today is love, or is it love or lust? And that's what my conference is about. God is so good. I can only teach you what God has taught me. So this lust issue, has been a part of my life since I was a little girl, as far as, looking for love, just always feeling like I'm not special unless I'm in a relationship with somebody, and then you go out here and meet the wrong people and find yourself in these moment relationships. So you give your all to these people for minutes, and then after that, they're gone, or vice versa. So today, let me go real quickly. I want to talk about Joseph, and I want to talk about how I just want to let the Lord use me. How about that? First of all, I want to say, love yourself. Love God. Fall so in love with Him, and I guarantee you, baby, both men and women, it'll amaze you what real love is when you actually be in a relationship with the Lord. Like I told you all, I wasn't married for those, when me and Greg got a divorce, I was single for 3 years. And God became my husband, literally. And when I tell you, He showed me such great love, I was scared. I was afraid to get married again. I wanted to, but I was afraid. I was afraid to get married again because of the love and the admiration and the how He blessed me mentally, physically, emotionally. I mean, He just took over my life with His love. He just showed me how a man is supposed to love a woman. My Father is in heaven, and I love my Father. My Father was an amazing provider. He took care of all His children. He took care of us, but my daddy was mean. My father was mean. I know how I feel to hear my daddy call my mama bees and black bees and, say, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to my father. I'm just saying I know how that feel, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you all with cursing. But so I know how I feel to be called stupid, and to be just feel so afraid, not of just put it like this. When he got upset, he said, mean things. The most things was to my mother. So I vowed to myself that I would never let a man treat me that way. So all I really know as far as a marriage is what it means to provide for your family. I didn't see, like My daddy loved us. He loved my mama, but he was mean. And he got that from his father. So I became more like my daddy as far as fussing and trying to be mean to cover up who I really was and to protect my heart from allowing somebody to do that to me. So it was not that I was mean for real, but I put up this facade and I put up this block so that I wouldn't experience that in my life, because it made me look at my mother differently. It made me have less respect for her when I saw that how she allowed this, certain things. But when I married God, so that was like, what you say you won't do, you wind up doing. What you say you won't put up with, you wind up allowing. So with me and Greg, we started where I was fussing all the time. Then we started fussing together. He just kind of started picking up some of my ways as far as fussing. And there I was in the same stuff that I was raised in. Well, when I got with God them 3 years, I saw what true love was for real, for real. I'm talking about that admiration. I'm talking about that love you no matter what. I'm talking about, because what I always wanted, and I'm gonna make it quick. What I always wanted in a man was love me no matter how crazy I am. See, that's my mindset. Don't curse me out. Don't say mean things to me. Just love me. If you see I'm acting crazy, just hold me. That's what I wanted. Somebody to love me no matter how crazy I was. And so God did that. Anyway, so I learned what true love was, because when you're not satisfied within yourself, you're going to always be looking for something more. You're going to always be looking for that Cinderella or that Prince Charming to come and sweep you off your feet, whether you're married or single. And y'all already know I'm going to be real with it. You see what I'm saying? When that door is open, when you're lacking something and that door is left open, then you are always looking for somebody to come and make it right. And that's where we get it twisted at, because nobody's never going to come and make it right. You got to get in a relationship with the Lord. That's the right one, because you crazy and that person crazy. So we need God to show us what real love is. We need God to show us who we are. We need God to strip us of who we think we are. We need God to strip us of our flesh. Because I don't care how sweet your husband or wife is, I don't care how nice they are, they still got things in their lives that they need to be stripped from by God. I'm not saying that they haven't been in that place where God has stripped them, undressed them from clothes that he didn't put on them. That's fine. I'm not saying that they're not in that place already, but just get in that place where God can take that crazy off of you, whatever your crazy is, so he can show you how to love that person, so he can show you how to be the best you can be. And here's the thing: no matter how much of a best you can be, sometimes you just never be good enough for anybody, depending on the type of people that you're choosing. That's why I tell you all, let God choose your mate. So real quick, I just thank God for my husband. He did give me some Dolce and Gabbana, girl. And he got me this big old heart of candy, and he got me a beautiful card. So I just thank God for that. God is good. I asked him, what did he want? He's real easy to please. We both are. He's so easy to please. We've been together so long, and our whole life been a sacrifice. So Greg will have the same. He takes care of his things. I'm gonna get to the point real quick. He takes care of his things, so he can have the same shoes and clothes for. Literally, he had the same shoes and clothes for 20 years. because he takes care of his things, and we always have sacrifice. So we really didn't have much. So if like I got him some Timberland boots one time because he wanted some Timberland boots, and those boots he still got them, and it's been years. So I asked him the other day, we was talking, I had to take him to the doctor, and we was talking, and he was like, my son Greg, I went to Dick's to get Joseph some track shoes, and I wound up getting Greg some LeBron shoes. They didn't cost that much or whatever. And so, but I had to take them back because they were too small. So Greg, my husband, said something about that. He was like, yeah, I liked them shoes that you had got Greg, them LeBron shoes. So I be listening to Greg. Anyway, long story short, I asked him what he wanted. He said he wanted some black Timberlands and some blue Timberlands. He got some red ones and he got some other ones. On my birthday, I got him the red ones. So my point is, he suffered with me 20 years, over 20 years. Well, over 20 years, we only was married for 20 years at that time, but we had been together longer than that. So what you want? Let's sacrifice and get this. You don't ask for much. Whatever you want, you're going to get it. So when he come home today, he'll have what he want. And I thank God for that. There was times we couldn't do nothing for each other. Maybe get a card or something. We always try to do something, but it was a sacrifice. And, not having stuff, not having, what you need. But God will provide for you, and he will give you more than enough. And I just been babbling. I think I'm going to delete this video. Yeah, I just been running my mouth. I can't believe I just did that. Anyway. Yeah, I think I'm just going to shut this down. I talked about nothing for 12 minutes. Okay, let's get to something real quick and let me get out of here. Happy Valentine's Day. I love y'all, okay? For everybody who don't have somebody, don't think you're not special. Last Valentine's Day, I ain't have nobody, but I had Jesus, baby, and I had a good time. I bought my daughter Valentine's Day gifts. I bought my boys, they really not affectionate like all of that with that stuff, but I celebrate my kids and still do today and still will because they my Valentines. Anyway, and Jesus is definitely my Valentine's baby. I gotta definitely give him something. That's just my relationship with him. Some people might think that's crazy. That's fine. That's on you. That's my relationship with Jesus. Because listen, God brought me from that lust, always thinking, I wanted what I wanted. And when I wanted you, I was going to get you. I know what lust is. Lust is a fleshly emotion. One of the definitions of lust, from my perspective, is a lustly, fleshly desire for something tangible momentarily. So this lust this thing that you want so bad is only going to last temporary. It's a temporary emotional fulfillment. Lust is like an addiction. I want this thing. I want this thing now. As soon as you get it, it's like that desire for that thing is gone. It's like you discard whatever it is that you wanted. So if you wanted this girl so bad, once you get her, you're going to discard her because it's like the lust is turned on and it's aroused until you get that specific thing that you want. Once you get that particular thing, it's like that lust turned into a disgust. It's like that lust turned into a disgust. Now you don't even want that anymore. And that's why so many people find themselves in that kind of relationship. They want the person is pursuing them and pursuing them and pursuing them. Soon as that person get them, it will shock them how that person just don't want them anymore. Now you done probably had sex with this person because they was not there to get you to say you're my woman. They're there to get you so they can have sex with you, to appease their flesh. Because if they're after your body, if they're after you because they're lusting for you, then your beauty is not enough. They want you sexually majority of the time. Even though lust is not just for sex, it could be for anything, any addiction. But what I'm saying is, once they get you, it's not enough to just walk beside you and say, you my trophy. It's, I want to have sex with you. They want you. And once they get you, they will discard you. They will discard you. Now you're left pregnant. If you're a female, or if you're a male, you're left rejected, whatever the situation is, having sex and stuff out here, AIDS and all this kind of stuff. And those people literally don't want you. All they wanted was what they wanted from you. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a predator. That's just like a predator. You become their object. And they will not stop until they get you. So you think that they're pursuing you because they want you. They're not pursuing you because they want you. They're pursuing you because they want something from you. They want you to fulfill their lustly desire, regardless of whatever it is. That's just like if you had a man that was a thief and that he was a type of man or woman, all they do is steal from you. They go around taking money from women or manipulating women to deceive them, you know, for money or for a place to stay or whatever the situation is, right? But once you can't supply that need anymore, they will discard you. As soon as they get what they want, they are going to ghost on you. That's what they do. That's what lust does. So what is love? Love is, let me tell you about love. Love is not a picture. Love is action. See, lust is a picture. They have their mind set on something and they want to obtain that picture. Once they get what they want, they're going to discard that picture. It means nothing to them. Well, love is not just a picture. Love is a continual thing. It's not one picture that can satisfy them. They want to keep going and going and going. Love is like Duracell, like a Duracell battery. Energizer bunny. It just keep going and going and going. There's no ending to it. Whatever I have to do, I'm going to do it. Why? Because I love you. It's an action. It's action. Love is not one day. So everybody on Facebook and Instagram and telling everybody what they got. I shared what Greg gave me because the reason why I shared what Greg gave me, because I also been sharing a little bit of my little emotionals and loneliness with you all. So that's why I'm sharing it. I'm not going to give you the good and I'm going to give you the bad and not give you the good. But I didn't go showing you pictures and stuff. I'm not trying to make nobody feel more lonelier than what they already do. You know, I know how I feel. Last year I was single, but I was married to the Lord. I saw on Facebook, everybody married. You know, they hear this narcissist in my life and had just gotten married and I didn't know it. So I said that part to say this: where you are this year, you're not going to be next year. Where you are yesterday, you're not going to be tomorrow. See, when God comes, he's going to come suddenly. Just because you might be lonely today or jobless today or homeless today or hurt today or offended today or sick today, don't mean you're going to be that way tomorrow. When God show up, he's going to show up. And when he show up, he's going to show up quickly and deliver you, just like I said yesterday. You understand? So what I'm saying is, don't be deceived by all of this stuff that you see. Everything is not what it seems to be. Everything is not what it seems to be. So you think this person is pursuing you because they want you, because they love you. And the first thing we do as Christians say, oh God, is this the one? Oh, God must send him to me because he's being nice to me. Anybody can be nice to you. A bird can be nice to you. A snake can be nice to you. All they have to do is not bite you. So we got to stop looking at things from the outside. Just because you seem lonely now don't mean that God is not working on something for you right as we speak. Just because everything seems glorious, you got somebody, they good morning beautiful at midnight, happy Valentine's Day, don't mean that that man ain't up to no good, or that woman ain't up to no good. So everything is not what it seemed to be. But the thing about it is, you better know you, and you better identify your weaknesses so you can build yourself up, so you won't fall into the trap of lust. See, lust is a quick thing. Lust wants to be fulfilled quickly. Love takes time. That's why God can put up with your mess for so long, because he loves you so much. Lust cannot put up with your mess. Go to lust and be crazy if you want to. Go to lust and be crazy, talking about, all I want you to do is hold me when I'm crazy. Lust gonna probably knock you out and then take all your stuff and burn out. Love gonna put up with your mess. So you need to know the difference, and you cannot judge it by the beginning of a relationship. I'm telling you, listen, y'all, listen, Linda. I'm 46. I'm so tired of people, and I've been there too, baby. The first day you meet somebody, they can call you a ballerina because you're on your toes so long. You walking around on your toes, and you just met this man an hour ago. He said you was cute. Then he texts you later on. Then he texts you the next day and the next day. Now it's been a week. Now he the best thing that ever happened to me. And you don't even know his middle name. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. She's the most prettiest thing I ever seen. She's so sweet. She's sweet now. The point I'm making, stop judging the end of the relationship at the beginning, and you just met this person. Oh, he opened the car door for me. He opens the door. He spends time at my house. He lays in my bed. He makes up my bed before we leave the house. He makes up your bed before you leave the house, and you just met him 2 days ago. This is a picture of me. It's in my Bible. This is a picture of me in 2011. He made up your bed. Y'all just met 2 days ago. What is he doing at your house? Do you see what I'm saying? We got to stop moving so fast. Stop giving these predators what they want so fast. Stop giving them what they want, period. It's not a thin line between love and hate. It's not a thin line. Let me tell you something. You better know what you're dealing with. That's why I tell you all fast and pray every day, baby, because you don't know what you got behind that mask. You can have a Jason or whoever those things used to be, when I was growing up, Jason and Freddie and all that stuff. That stuff used to scare me crazy. I still won't watch that mess. You don't know what you got behind that mask. That's why I'm telling you, stop. First of all, you got to fast and pray on things, and then you got to take time. If they telling you if they moving so fast, before the week is out, now they love them, or you love them. Before the week is out, he's spending the night over your house. See, he trying to move so fast, or she trying to move fast because they came there for a reason. Okay, let me just get into some kind of scripture so I can get off of here. Shoot. Okay, let's just get into scripture real quick. Let's go to Genesis chapter 39, because it's 24 minutes. And I talked for 12 minutes with nothing, no meaning. Okay, thus he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, verse 6, and he did not know what he had except for the bread which he ate. Now this is Potiphar. God had raised Joseph up in Potiphar's house and gave Joseph favor with the man right up under Pharaoh. Okay, let me tell you how that devil moved. You better know where are you being tempted at? Where are you being tempted at? Then I'll let you know what God want to do. It says, then he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he did not know what he had except for the bread which he ate. Now Joseph was handsome in form and appearance. And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast longing eyes on Joseph, and she said, lie with me. See, she casted longing eyes on him. And the first thing this thing said was, have sex with me. That's what I'm telling you, they will woo you, but they woo ain't gonna last too long. Their woo ain't gonna last more than 2 or 3 weeks. I'm telling you, before they try to get in your pants, they don't care if you're a Christian, they don't care if you're a pastor, they don't care if you're an apostle, they don't care if I don't care who, they don't care if you're a doctor, a lawyer, they don't care. They are there for a purpose. Lust is a spirit. It's there for a purpose. They are full of lust. The Bible said the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. That's the only thing that's in this world. That's it. If you think it's something else, you are deceived. That's why you got to fast and pray before you. Girl, you know what? I don't like being fat. But sometimes fat is a safety net. Because when you looking all good and stuff, you got them dogs. And if you ain't where you need to be, you'll be saying, come on, come on, come on. You better watch yourself. Sometimes fat is a safety net, but girl, I ain't gonna stay fat. We ain't gonna stay fat. We got to look good up in here. We got to be healthy and whole. How about that? But I'm just saying. That's why I tell people that want to lose weight, that's working on their health, you better build your spirit man up too. Because when you start looking better and better and gooder, guess what? Lust become more prevalent. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, and then it says, now Joseph was handsome in form and appearance. That means he was fine as wine, baby, and he was sexy. I'm just telling you what the Bible said. He looked good. He had that physique. He looked good. So here this thing go. The Bible says she told him, lie with me. But he refused and said to his master's wife, look, my master does not know what is with me in the house, and he has committed all that he has to my hand. There is no one greater in this house than I, nor has he kept back anything from me but you, because you are his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? So lust wants your body. I'm talking about this particular lust, because you can lust for food, you can lust for money, you can lust for anything. And then the next stage of lust is covetousness. I lust for you, now I'm going to take you. So you got to be careful of the motives of people. That's why I keep telling you all, fast and pray. Don't just be swept off your feet because somebody came along and told you they love you. Don't listen to a video that I do that's called Suddenly, or a video somebody else do that say your husband on the way or your wife on the way. Then you go and say, okay, I'm finna go make this happen. Now you go and find you somebody, and now you done married the wrong person. See what I'm saying? Don't go try to make the word of God happen. It's going to happen. God's word will come to pass. His word will not return to him void. He will make it happen. Things that you do hastily, things that you do speedily and fast, girl, that ain't, when God comes suddenly. But you had to go through to get to that suddenly. But when the enemy do his lustful things, it depends on how far up in God you are. But believe me, he's weaving a web. So don't you let nobody move you by the flattery. Don't let nobody move, because I'm quite sure everybody that's listening to this video right now got a story. Some of us have learned from our story, and some of us have not. You know how I know you haven't learned? Because you keep going around the same mountain. We too old. I'm 46. I don't know how old you are, but even if you're not old like me, or older as I am, or whatever, time is still too short. We're too old, and time is too short to be hanging out in clubs, meeting these men, having all these men in your life, and all these different men calling you and coming around you, these different women. Do you know these people are beyond crazy? I'm closing my Bible. Let me go do something real quick, and then I'm gonna wind up. wind this up. Let me go to Proverbs chapter 5 real quick, and then I'll let y'all go, okay? I pray that the Lord, you bless somebody with this video, because like I said, I started off talking about, it don't even matter. But I thank God for my husband. I thank God that God gave me back Greg. At least I know what I'm dealing with. And then it was God's plan. That's the greatest thing. Because these people out here, they are, you know how they used to say when I was growing up, shysty. And they are beyond that. You don't know what you're dealing with. You better wait on God. So here we go. Listen to this, y'all, real quick. It says, the pearl of adultery. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. And this is Proverbs chapter 5. Lean your ear to my understanding, that you may preserve discretion, and your lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of an immoral woman drip honey, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to the to death. Her steps lay hold of hell, lest you ponder her path of life. Her ways are unstable. You do not know them. Therefore, hear me now, my children, and do not depart from the words of my mouth. Remove your way far from her, and do not go near the door of her house, lest you give your honor to others and your years to the cruel one, lest aliens be filled with your wealth and your labors go to the house of a foreigner, and you mourn at last when your flesh and your body are consumed. See, this is all the stuff that lust will cause to happen to you. And he said, and say, how I have hated instruction, and my heart despised correction. See, when you disobey God and keep walking towards that relationship, walking towards that lust, then you are saying to God, I hated instruction. I don't want to hear instruction. I reject your instruction. Then it says, I have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to those who instructed me. I was on the verge of total ruin in the midst of the assembly and the congregation. That means I was about to go down right in church. I'm in church around all these men and women of God, and I'm talking about the men and women of God. I ain't talking about who you think the men and women of God is. You know, people always try to talk about church. I'm just telling you, you be right in the church and sinking about to drown in sin. Drink water from your own cistern and running water from your own well. What God is saying is this: if you're not married, wait on your spouse. Wait on your wife or your husband. Fall in love with him until he give you the right person. If you're not married, you don't have no business drinking water from nobody's well. And people think, so let's go to Proverbs, and I gotta go. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 20, real quick. My son, keep your father's command and do not forsake the law of your mother. Bind them continually upon your heart. Tie them around your neck. Then when you roam, they will lead you. When you sleep, they will keep you. See how the enemy try to mess with you when you walking around, try to mess with you in your dreams, bring those perverted dreams. He says, For the commandment is a lamp, and the law a light. Reproofs of instructions are the way of life, to keep you from the evil woman, from the flattering tongue of a seductress. Do not lust after her beauty in your heart, nor let her allure you with her eyelids. For by means of a harlot, a man is reduced to a crust of bread, and an adulteress will prey upon his precious life. Can a man take fire to his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one walk on hot coals and his feet not be seared? So is he who goes into his neighbor's wife. Whoever touch her shall not be innocent. See, people playing with their soul. They playing with their life out here with this mess. If I don't know one thing I know is marriage has been a safety net for me. Being married is like it's like a gate. It keeps me from being out there with them wolves trying to figure out which wolf is mine. Because that's what happens when you trying to figure out who your husband or your wife is. You trying to, which wolf in sheep clothing is mine. When I say fast and pray, you think these people fasting and praying for real? I'm just wasting my time sometimes. They ain't fasting and praying. They want to go out there and see how many wolves they can get. So we just got to stop. God, that's what God said. Go tell them what I said. They ain't going to listen to you. And what he told Ezekiel, go speak to them. He said, if I was sending to you to a people of a foreign language, they will listen and obey. But these people ain't going to listen. They ain't going to obey. They're going to do what they want to do. I'm talking to God's people. So I'm just talking to you. How about that? How about that? So let me go on and get up off of here. Okay? So I love y'all. Give me some kisses. Look. Like, you know, how the Bible say life or death, choose life. I say love or lust, choose love. Sometimes you got to wait a little longer to be loved like you deserved. How about that? Give me some kisses, y'all. I love you. Have a beautiful, blessed day, okay? Jesus love you. I love you. Kisses.